Good morning. We're starting Chapter 6, Linear Functions. Get out your notes. Today we're doing Lesson 1, Functions. So, what is a function? Function relates an input to an output. It is like a machine that has an output and has an input and an output. And the output is related somehow to the input. F of x, this is the common way of writing a function. It's the same thing as a y. Okay? And a relation is the set of ordered pair x, y. X value is called your domain, and the y value is called your range. Each element of the domain must be matched with exactly one element in the range for a relation to be a function. This means there's no repeating in the x values. Okay, so let's do some examples. Determine if it is a relation and then answer the questions. So, are there any repeats in the x values? So only look at the x values, don't look at the y values. They're all different, so it's a function, yes. And the domain is the list of all of the x values in order. So the smallest one is -6, and then -3, 1, 2, 3. The range, this is x, this is y, range are the y values. So we're looking at all the y values now. Find the smallest one, it's also -6, and then -2, 3, 4, 6. So let's look at the next one. Are there any repeats in the x value? There is. There are 2 2's. So circle those. So it is a no. Okay, the domain is going to be, again, smallest number, -4. And you only write a number once. So for example, even though there's 2 2's, we're only going to write it once. 2, and then a 4 and a 6. And then your range of the y values, -4, 2, and 6. Again, no repeats, only each number written once. Okay. So first, this is a mapping. We want to write it out as an ordered pair. So we're going to write it the same way they write them up here. We're going to use those little squiggly lines, and then we're going to use parentheses. The -3 goes with the 0. So -3, comma 0. And then -2 goes with 3. 1 goes with -2. And I'm going to have to keep going here. And then 5 goes with 3 as well, in the squiggly lines. Okay. Are any of these being repeated? There's only one -3, one -2, 1 1, 1 5. So none are repeated, so yes, it's a function. Domain and range is really easy in mappings because they're already in order for you. -3, -2, 1, and 5. And my range, they're already in order, and if it's a duplicate like the 3, it's only written once. 0, except those are not in order. Sorry, I just realized that. -2, 0, and then 3. Just the x values are in order. Sometimes the y values are in order, though. I've seen them that way. Okay, the next one, ordered pair. So our squiggly line, 1 5, -4, -3, 7 6, and 1 -2. Were any of those repeated? Yes. There are 2 1's. So my answer is no. My domain is -4, 1, and 7. Again, only write the 1 once. And then my range, -3, -2, 5, and 6. Okay, flip the page. Oops, wrong way. Okay, so we need to write out the ordered pair by looking at the graph. Doesn't matter where you start. I always like to start like from the left and work your way to the right, but that wouldn't matter either. So if we start with this one, that ordered pair is -3, -2. The next one would be -1 1. This one's kind of in the middle, so we're going to call that -0.5 2. And then I have a 0 3. That's this one. The next one, 1 2. And then 2 1. And then the last one, 3 -1. It's a function. Okay, so check my numbers, see if there are any that are duplicated. It looks like they're all different. So is it a function? Yes, it is. What is the domain? They are -3, -1, that -0.5, 0, 1, 2, and 3. And your range, -2, -1, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Express the following as a mapping. So for a mapping, you're going to make x and a y. And I like to put the x and the y values in order. Okay, so my x values in order would be -2, 4, and 5. So smallest to biggest. My y values would be -6, 2, and 3. Put circles around them. And now you draw arrows to the ones that match up. So 4 went with 3. Draw an arrow with a line and the arrows pointing at the 3. -2 went with 2. And then the 5 went with the -6. So domain and range are super easy because you've already done it. -2, 4, and 5. -6, 2, and 3. Okay, let's do the next one. X, Y. X values in order, -2, -1, 0, 5. Y values, -7, -5, 3, and 4. Okay, 5 goes with -7. -1 goes with 4. 0 goes with -5. And -2 goes with 3. Domain, -2, -1, 0, 5. Range, -7, -5, 3, and 4. Okay, last two problems. Okay, a quick way to tell if a graph is a function is we use what's called the vertical line test. If it can pass the vertical line test, then it's a function. So, how many vertical lines can I draw is the key, and if the graph only touches in one place on each of those lines, it's okay, but if at any point it touches twice, then it's a no. So if I draw a vertical line here, it only touches once, 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 only one time. So yes, this is a function. Now, if I draw a line here, it's touching the graph twice. That makes it a no. Real simple. That's it, guys. Check Google Classroom for your assignment.